Hi everyone, I'm Siddharth, the founder and CTO of Copton AI Solutions. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this first video, I'm going to set up the Jetson Orin Nano Super developer kit.
Hello everyone, welcome to the unboxing of Jetson Orin Nano Super Developer Kit. So let me start by saying that as you can see in the box, it says Jetson Orin Nano Developer Kit. So for some of you who may be confused as to whether this is the Jetson Orin Nano Developer Kit or the Super version, so basically the hardware is same for both the Jetson Orin Nano as well as the Jetson Orin Nano Super. So don't worry if you've got this kit. Basically it's the same hardware with just a difference of a software update. Okay, so when you slide out the box, as you can see, this is empty, and now it has two separate sections. So one houses the power cable and the welcome kit, some manual. So as you can see, this is the manual, and this is the power adapter. So this is the DC supply, and the other end of the adapter, this 3-pin one, they have two ports. So one which connects to some of the countries globally which are using this type of a pin, 3-pin one. Okay, and there's the other end which connects to this adapter. And then we have the second type of pin for some of the countries which are having this type of pin and the adapter. So again, for many of us who are worrying whether we'll be able to connect it directly, or do we need to purchase another adapter? So I don't think so. It works perfect. Let's open the main part, and this is the Jetson Orin Nano Qt module. So as you can see, it's very compact and packed in a nice padded case. So I just remove it from its case. Yeah, and you see it's about smaller than the size of the hand actually. So here you're seeing all the ports, DC port, this one. There's a DP port which connects to the display, as well as you can have an adapter for the HDMI. These are for USB type A ports. This is the Ethernet port. This is the type C adapter. This is the included thermal unit with this. And on the back you have the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth adapter, and two slots for the SSDs, and you also have the 40-pin expansion here, and a neatly almost hidden port for the SD card, if you see here, this one. And yeah, two ports here for the cameras. Two cameras can be connected at once. Okay, so it's a neat little thing, but very powerful.
So the next part of the setup of the Jetson Orin Nano Super brings us to connecting the basic ports to just before flashing the SD card and booting it up for the first time. So as you can see, this is the power adapter DC input, and this is the DP port. So display is required, so you can boot it up. So what I'm going to do is connect this DC port, power adapter, and the display port, and keyboard and mouse. So basically just these four ports are required, uh, this four interfaces to get this booted up and running. I had purchased this adapter, which is a DP port to HDMI. So for those of you who are worrying that your normal HDMI doesn't fit, is correct, because this is slightly different port. So you can easily purchase, and it's very easily available on online shopping platforms, HDMI to DP adapter. This board just now has only these four connections. I don't have any SD card or anything else attached to it, not even an SSD here. As you can see, I'm quickly going to check the version of firmware already installed. If it is lower, then there are the separate steps, which are some extra steps, and if it is higher, it makes your job a little bit easier, although both of them are quite easy if you have been booting up OS on your own. Once you connect this HDMI. Now your setup is complete. As you can see here, the fan is stationary. Screen is off right now, and once I power it up, you will see a boot screen. Okay, so let's switch on this device. Yeah, as you can see, I switched it on and the fan is running now. And then in the boot screen you see the display, and then you need to repeatedly press escape as mentioned in the documentation. Yeah, so I've been pressing escape, and now you see here, right, you have got this screen where the version number and all the other details are mentioned. So as you can see, this version says that it needs to be, it's less than firmware version 36. So you need to follow the steps with some extra steps to get it up and running with the provided jetpack.
So now I'm going to burn the Jetson Pack 513 version onto the SD card. So I downloaded this image from the NVIDIA site. I need to extract it. So I have this SD blob disk image file, and now I open the Balena HR software, which is used to burn the image. So I select flash from file. I select this SD blob image file. So after selecting the target, you can see this. I have inserted a 256 GB micro SD card. So I select this, and now I click on flash. Just a warning that it's trying to format an unusually large drive. Select I'm sure, and now it starts burning the image to the SD card.
So it's about to complete.
Okay, now it says flash completed. Now I just need to continue with the next steps. So now I insert this flash SD card into the NVIDIA Jetson kit. Then you can just follow these steps as mentioned here. Power on the device, and then you see this pop-up screen for the firmware update to be scheduled. You just need to complete for it installation, and then you reboot again to observe the firmware update to 5.0.
Okay, so this is the kit. So all the ports are connected. Now I'm going to insert the micro SD card here. You hear a nice click, and now I power on the device and observe on the monitor. Okay, so the device is powered on. You can see the fan running. And now let me show you the monitor. Okay. So as mentioned in the official documentation, you need to give about like 5 to 10 minutes. Even if you don't see that screen for the firmware update, there is some process happening in the background. So just be patient. Okay, so I'm starting to see some screen here. So I accept the license terms, select continue. I select my language of choice, English, continue. Again the keyboard layout, English US, continue. Okay, it's asking me to connect to a Wi-Fi network right now, so I want to skip this step. So I select I don't want to connect to Wi-Fi right now, continue. Okay, I select my current location, India time, continue. Okay, providing few details.
Okay, let me provide a password to this.
Select continue. Let it be the default app partition size, continue. Okay, it's saying internet connection required. Okay, so I'll install it later on, continue. Okay, so it's doing some basic configuration. So now as you can see, it's showing the screen that a reboot is required to complete the installation. I select restart. I select I don't want to send any system info right now. Next, location service. I don't want to give the location service right now. You're ready to go. So like it said in the documentation, after the first boot up, either you see a splash screen saying that the firmware is updated, or if not, you need to wait for 5-10 minutes. It will update in the background and then show some screen. Otherwise, you can just after waiting for 5 to 10 minutes, you can just restart again manually to see the changes. So now I'm going to reboot it and check that the firmware has been updated to the desired version. Okay, so now we are in the firmware version. Now as you can see, the version it's showing as 5.0.360.94.991. So I now continue with the normal boot up process and run the rest of the commands for the QSPI Updater package.
So now that the firmware is updated, the next steps are to run the QSPI Updater package. So all I need to do is open up the terminal and run these few commands as you can see here.
Okay, so I'm opening up the terminal and then typing the commands for the update package. Entering the password I've set for my user. Okay, so I see that the version is correct. Okay, so it just restarted and again it's asking me to log in. So I'll select my username and provide the password that I have set just now. Okay, so you see the NVIDIA splash screen.
Okay, so now that we are done with the QSP update package, we need to reboot it. So now we need to follow along very carefully. So as mentioned in the documentation, there might be some random behavior during this time. So the reason is that after the update, the Orin Nano will try to look for JetPack 6.x, but already the SD card that is inserted is on lower version of JetPack 5.x. So just follow along. Okay, so let's open up Belina software and burn the SD card using the 6.2 image. So I select the SD card. So now as you can see, the SD card by default in my case showed a lot of partition drives. So it's just a default behavior, let it be. And then I select this SD card which is already having the 5.x version of the Jetpack. Select flash. It says that you're going to erase an unusually large drive. I'm sure. So now you can see it's starting the process. Click on yes to give the admin control.
Yeah, so you see an ETA and property insert SD card in Jetson Orin Nano.
Hi people, if you like this video and would want such videos in the future as well, please do like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.